So how does a shutout feel? Like, as a defensive coordinator, is that like the best thing that can possibly happen? Basically,
I mean, it's certainly a credit to our kids and their preparation naturally, and then their performance on the field. Both of those things. So. To me, all the credit goes to those guys that executed for 60 straight minutes. Obviously, forcing 3 turnovers helps not only the defense out, but obviously the offense and then collectively the team. So I thought our kids did a tremendous job.
How challenging has this been, like acclimating to the new role here and also with so many new faces? And are you kind of starting to see the fruits of your labor?
Well, we have felt along the way that we've gotten better really with each day we've been out here, to be honest. And I think we've been able to settle some guys into some permanent positions too, which has helped those guys as well. And I think the challenges naturally are, one, for us to continue to be consistent in our preparation and our play on the field, and then 2, every offense in this conference provides a great challenge. So those are really the biggest challenges to me.
You've had some freshmen really contributing, Sabor, Coleman, Parker. What's it kind of been like to see those guys, that it doesn't take that much of a process to get them on the field and that they're able to produce?
Well, I think you've got a couple. You've got a mixture of freshmen. Some were here in the spring and some weren't. I think the ones that weren't here in the spring, what an incredible feat that is, to arrive in June and then by the time you finish week 4 of the season, they've contributed in what would be critical snaps for you. So I think that's a great credit. Monte Whedon's one of those guys as well. You mentioned Marquez; they both got here in June. Marquavius got here in June as well, and then Jaquan Sanks and Simeon Coleman were here in May, so they had in January, so they had a little head start, through spring ball and all that. But irrespective of when you arrived, if you're a first-year guy in college and you're playing meaningful snaps for a college football program, you're obviously a sharp guy. So I think all those kids are really smart.
So 2 wins in a row after the Pitt loss. After both of these wins, kind of seeing the energy in the locker room, the reaction from the fan base, are you kind of starting to see what success this season might mean after last year, and just how good it might feel to some of these people?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're one day at a time, to be quite honest with you. So, our easiest day was certainly yesterday, and that's what we've been telling the guys. So, things are not going to get easier, and the more success that we feel like we've had, the more difficult things are going to be, because there's obviously then a target on us as well. So I think some of the challenges, if you play good defense and you play good offense and you're winning some ball games, you're creating a target on your back, which you hope you do, but that makes things more difficult as you continue to move forward.
Yeah. Not sure if you look at any PFF numbers or anything like that, but Josh Minkins, Derek Hansing, both in the top 20 in the country with safeties.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
So what have you seen from them? How have they been able to take that next step in being consistent, but also getting the takeaways and producing on the back end?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that goes into their preparation and how they practice and how they spend time off the field studying film. Both of those guys do a great job with that. We've been fortunate to play a good rotation of safeties. So I think when they're in, they're also probably, hopefully, by design, at their best in those series, in those moments. So, but they've played really well for us, and we're going to need them to continue to do that.
Gotcha. We'll wrap up with this one, but what have you seen from this Texas Tech offense? It seems like they have some talent at receiver, and Taj Brooks, especially at running back.
Yeah, the running back's an exceptional player. He's been at Texas Tech for a long time. He's tough, he's gritty, and really a go-to guy for them. The quarterback's super talented. I mean, he's arm strength and making all the throws and all those things. He's a super talented guy. I think the one thing that they do several things that keep you off balance, but the one thing they have done to this point, basically they've thrown it 50 times a game and run it 30 times a game, which is 80 plays a game, right? And that's a lot. So they're going at a high rate. They're throwing the ball a lot, but they're also running the ball a lot. So they're forcing you not just to work on one thing. And that's probably what I guess what I've noticed, that where they're probably a little bit different than in years past, is that portion of it. So where they're certainly willing to run the ball, and they will run the ball and want to do that.